welcome to Isla movement. This is a high intensity class, so I recommend you to come to this class knowing that we are going to use contraction and intensity in order to ground ourselves. So let's see how that goes for you. Remember to write in the comments your insights and if it was beneficial and what other things you'd like to see in this class. Today's material, we will need just one block and one blanket. The materials are in the description of this video always. And let's get started. So first, we're going to acknowledge what will be our resting posture. So it'll be on your knees. I am going to use one yoga block for placing my elbows here. You can do the same. You can place your elbows on a block. You can separate your knees. You can also place a blanket underneath your knees and check if that gives you a proper posture where you can rest. So we will be taking rests, and during your rests, your resting time, you're going to inhale deeply and exhale very long as you can draw your exhalation. Inhale maybe 4 times. Exhale, count till 4 or 5 times. Really focus on resting here. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you can be here in this posture, or you can lift your hips, tuck your toes in, stretch the soles of your feet, and again focus very deeply on resting, on grounding, on relaxing the muscles, because we're going to contract, engage the muscles intensely, and we're going to need this posture for you to come back and recover as much as possible. Okay, so we're going to start laying on the left side. I'm going to call it the lower side of the body. So you can either be on the right side or on the left side, it's okay. And I'm going to call it the upper side of the body. So we're going to start with the lower elbow down. There's a lot of balance here in this series. And we're just going to start moving our upper leg up and down. So the range of movement here, it can be short, just like this, type of a pulsing. Or it can be a bit longer, more like a side kick. So what we're looking in this practice is contraction of the muscles that now you can work a lot into the tight feeling of your body, especially here on the legs, on the hip. So engage the thigh, please. Inhale. Now we're just going to tap in front of us and tap back, in front and back. You can take the leg as forward as you feel safe, or just a little bit, it's okay. Again, you are welcoming the intensity. Long deep breath in, long deep breath out. Very good. Feel that the lower leg is pressing down. You're anchoring yourself, giving yourself a sort of counterweight. And we're going to be doing that all the time because we're working in this practice with the sides of the body. Okay, we're going to inhale Slowly take your body into seated position and we're going to switch sides. Holding your head, elbow down, first acknowledging where you are, kind of splitting your body in two sides, the lower one pressing down and the upper one is starting to engage. Very good. So your front hand is having the 5 fingers pressing down with the tips on the floor, and you are choosing here wisely the range of movement of your upper leg. You can close your eyes or gaze the floor, the tip of your nose. We're using very simple movements and we are bringing tightness and contraction into the body. This is also very beneficial for your back, especially the lower back, because when your glutes and your hips are very strong, your legs as well, the one that most gets the benefits, it's the back, especially the lower back, because the foundation of your body, the base of your body is very strong to carry the upper body. Let's go and tap front, back, front, back. Again, I invite you to change your gaze somewhere else so you can go into the inner sensation of your body. Forget a little bit about the shape, how it looks. If you're going too far and then it looks like, wow, I'm doing something very cool. It's not the purpose here. You will feel the engagement anyway, so we will forget about how it looks and more about getting that sensation that we're looking for. So again, tightness on the lower body. Very good. Okay, so we will stop the movement and I'm going to start here. You can flex a little bit your feet, your legs, excuse me. And now we're going to go into the elbow. So in here, we're going to kind of reach up and then relax. Reach with the upper hand up and then relax. So we're using the waist and the shoulder. Relax. So the lower shoulder presses down and then back up. That's it. That's the only thing we're doing. Very good. We're moving the contraction feeling to the upper body now. Inhale and exhale. Now you can stay here doing the same thing, or we're going to place the upper hand on the hip and we're just going to press the knees down so you can lift the hip up. So we're going to do that. Take your own time and take your own pace. If this is not feeling safe for you, you can come back to just shoulder and waist. Long deep breath in, long deep breath out. Pressing maybe the knees to lift the hip up. And now you can start switching the gaze somewhere that you can feel more in control of the sensation and the movement of your body. We are grounding, so I invite you to gaze to the floor. Very good. So inhale, come up gently and let's switch sides. Bending the knees. From the elbow completely to the hand, pressing down. Very well. And let's start first with the shoulder. So lower shoulder presses down and then up. Down, up. Inhale, presses down, up. Maybe you can gaze up, start exploring the different effect that moving your gaze has. And now let's go and see how lifting the hip down, up, and down. So maybe you want to exhale when you contract. Inhale when you relax. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. And last one. Very good. So we're going to go into the break, the place where you're resting. So it can be this one, it can be maybe facing up. I'm gonna choose this one here. You can also hold your head. And check into different postures where you're grounding, and you can realize the process of your muscles that they have when they move from tightness and contraction into relaxation. It's a very subtle feeling that we want to follow. We want to maybe check the color when they change from tight to relaxed. Very good. So we're starting to increase intensity. Let's go and switch sides, please. So we will try to have the hip elevated in this exercise, and what we're doing is to straighten the leg and then to bend the leg. You can do it with the hip down on the floor, but because we're starting to increase the intensity, we want to have the hip elevated. Again, tapping elbow and knee. Same thing, inhale, straight, exhale, contract. Exhale, inhale, reach, exhale. We're gonna go for 5 more. Exhale. 4, exhale. 3, exhale. 2, exhale. And 1, exhale. Very good. Sit down, ground with your hip, walk your hands so you can switch sides. Take your time. The lower leg is bent. We're gonna check it out first with the hip down, straight and contract, straight, contract, and you can stay there first, realizing how that feels, or you can lift the hip, which is a goal here. We really want to try and lift the hip. Very good. For 5, inhale. 4, inhale, straighten, reach. 3, inhale. 2, inhale. And 1, inhale. Lifting the hip, you will get a lot of effort when you lift the hip. It's very heavy. Before we take a little break, let's go and stay 5 breaths steady on the other side with the side plank, which is like our peak posture here. So try to straighten as much as you can the legs and see if you can lift the hip using the feet as much as you can, and maybe hold yourself with the upper hand in front of you on the floor, or maybe the stretch. So we're going to go into this big posture with a big stretch, reaching above and beyond from the head. For 3, 2, lift the hip and down. Very good. Softly. Ground. Move in control, slowly. Switch sides and we'll do the same on the other side. Elbow down. You can stay here, and if you have the hip down, try to place and stack one foot over the other so you feel that intensity, that effort, and we will reach here for 5. Or lifting the hip, using the feet as best as you can, however you need to place them in order to reach balance. For 4, for 3, for 2, 1, and very good. We have the first phase completed. Let's give ourselves a well-deserved break. I'm gonna grab here my block, place my elbows. Hold your head. With your hands, you can gaze to the floor or inwards. Focus on long, deep breath in, long, deep breath out. Following how your body changes and transforms from this effort, tight contraction, series and state into a resting state. Use your breath. Inhale 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one last breath. Inhale. Exhale. Very well. Okay, so let's go into the second part of this series. So let's start, and we will use now the hand more than the elbow. So the first one, you will put the lower knee in front of your knee, the hand. So you want to align your body as best as possible. The shoulder above the rest and the hip above the knee. And right behind that foot, you're placing the second foot. So you want to have the body in a straight line as best as possible. So we're going to start with the arm here. You're going to start just moving the arm into this circle. Any direction is fine. Reach above the head, and the lower side of your body, the hand, knee, and the feet that are pressing the floor are really rooting down, like you would have roots if you were a plant, a tree, and you feel that you're digging into the earth, pressing the mat down, your gaze very steady on the floor, and the upper side of your body is reaching up. Very good. One last long, deep breath in, moving your arm. Your arm can be moved to any direction that feels best for you. It can be a circle or not. Very good. Very gently, both knees down, and we will switch to the other side. Switch as it feels best for you. Same thing on a straight line. Your hand, your knee, one foot and then the other. And then on top of the wrist, the shoulder, on top of the knee, the hip. Gaze steady on the floor. Open your body in this sided kind of plank. The chest points to the side of your room. And whenever you're ready, maybe you can stay only here without moving the arm. But whenever you're ready, start move your arm to any direction that you can keep feeling the steadiness. You can also flow the movement to one direction of the circle and then switch. You're just playing here while you feel that you're very steady from one side of your body, very contracted from the side of your body, the lower one that presses down, very contracted. Very good. Inhale here and exhale very slowly, both knees down. And we are going to again switch sides. Very well. Now this time we will do the same. Hand, knee, foot, and then the other. But in here we're going to challenge a little bit more our balance. So it will open and then back to the floor, or looking for opposite armpit, shoulder blade maybe. Again, floor, open, floor, opposite armpit or shoulder blade if possible. Maybe you can skip the floor and go all the way, reaching opposite shoulder blade, and we will keep the movement like that. Pressing the floor. Again, feel contracting your glute, your hip, your legs, very contracted here, as you also challenge your body with some movement. Very focused. This whole series is going to improve your attention, your focus. Keep breathing. 2 more. Inhale. Lots of tightness in the hip. Yes, welcome that intensity. Last one, inhale and exhale. Both hands down, both knees, and switch. Align. Look for alignment first. The more aligned, the better. The less heavy you will feel yourself. Hand, knee, one foot and then the other, and we can start lifting up, floor, armpit or shoulder blade, floor, up, floor, shoulder blade. Whenever we feel that we have the sense of security in the balance, skip the floor and open chest, closing chest. 4, 3 more. Inhale, open and rise. Exhale. If you start shaking, that's a very good signal that you've been contracting your body. Very good. And that you're becoming stronger, though your muscles are getting into a very nice tone. Last one, inhale and exhale. Very good. Both hands down, knees, and let's switch sides. Okay, we're going again into some challenge. You can rest whenever this feels distressing, but if this is just feeling comfortable, then I invite you to stay here in the challenge with me. So same thing, but now here you can lift your upper hand on the hip and we're going to kick. So it'll be upper leg kicks up and then floor, up, floor. Very good. If you feel you're losing your balance, hand down. Stay here with me, or you can kick without touching the floor. Again, we're looking for contraction, tightness, engagement of your muscles. So if you're tremoring, if you're shaking, that's a good news. Allow the shake to kind of move your body. The nervous system is going to get a very nice, very subtle massage on the system, on your nerves. You're kind of cleaning the nerves with a little bit of shaking, just as you would clean your kitchen counter, the shelves. You're kind of moving, shaking the dust away. So little kicks, very little kicks. Nice. And down slowly, firm, in control. Switch sides. Align hand, knee, one foot and then the other. I really feel that leaving my hand on the hip is the best for me, but you can go ahead, do that, or reaching up, lift, tap the floor, lift, tap, kick, tap. Can be a very low kick, very short kicks, or you can go ahead and kick higher and pulse, 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 pulse. We want to build that tightness. Again, feel that you are pressing everything in. The glutes, the thighs are compacting the muscle mass in. You're kind of looking for the bone to hug, to wrap. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale, little kicks. Lots of balance, lots of focus. Steady breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. That felt very interesting. Switch. We're going to give ourselves a little stretch. You know what to do. Place your knee, the feet, and we're just going to stretch. Keep lifting the upper side of your body up. Press down your foot on the floor, but reach far and beyond your hand above the head. And exhale. Switch sides. You can maybe lift a little bit your knees in the switch to relax. And you know where to go. Your body remembers. You don't have to use your brain, the rationality here that much. You're following the memory of your muscles. Maybe you want to gaze up this time. Careful with the balance. Steady breaths. Gazing up for me was a challenge, definitely. Maybe gazing down feels more in control. How about you? Comment or write in the comments. How was to move your gaze down and up? Where do you feel the more steady? Let's go into our posture, the posture where we're resting. I really feel that in these balanced postures or in sequences that I shake a lot, it really helps me holding my head and focus on the breath. Long deep breath in, long deep breath out. You can use your mouth to blow the air out. Or maybe the nose feels way more grounding. Two more breaths. Very good. Let's go to the third and final phase of our exercise. So this is going to be, let's say, the peak of the series. So we're going to start, it's going to be short periods of times on these postures because they're going to be intense. So now the upper leg, we're going to step it forward, and you can stay there with the knee down as you've done it, but this time we want to challenge ourselves. So we want to slide the lower leg down so we can straighten it. Use both feet, press them down, and we're going to pulse the hip for 5, 4, 3, gaze down maybe, 1, and now the arm as you flow it. Very good. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. Maybe you want to use your knees or not, however it feels best. One hand, the other, and before we lift the hip, we will place our foot in front of us, and we can stay with the other knee down, but we really want to go into the challenge. So straight the leg. This time we're going to start with the arm here. And now we're going to move the hip. Very good. Interesting, intense. Prepare yourself. We're coming into an intense one. And stop. Let's switch sides. Very good. So in here, option 1, again, as you know, you're going to lift the knee down, and we're going to tap in here, knee and elbow. But the second option, hopefully, is to have the legs straight and tap for 5 and type for 4, hopefully straight, and type for 3, hopefully straight, for 2, maybe you don't, and 1. Very good. Switch sides. Long deep breath in and out. You can leave your knee, or we go directly to the challenge. 4, 3, gaze down, 2, focus in, 1. Very good. And we'll take a break. That's well done. So our break here is going to be very short, only 4 breaths. You can use the block. You can have elbows over thighs. I really like to have my palms together. A gesture of everything centered. Put yourself together, women. I really like to gaze to those gestures and getting the message of my hands, for example. You're waiting, you're recovering, you're breathing. Nothing else. You're not grabbing anything, not writing, not typing. Recovering, you are. Very good. So let's go and do our last posture of the day. If you've been here so far until this point of the video, Very well done, congrats. Okay, so we're just going to be steady, 5 breaths in this peak posture. Again, try to lift the knee from the floor, and this time we're going to use a lot of balance. So you want to move the upper leg up, hopefully. If not, you can have it down and see if eventually you can just put the upper feet on the leg. Do not press your knee. Do it on the shin bone, do it on the thigh, ooh, and lift the hip up. We're going to do it again for 2, for 1. Reach up with the upper side of your body. Very well done. And let's switch. Don't think it too much. Really breathe. Prepare yourself. Remember, you can straighten your leg and have one leg on front, and eventually you want to step it on the ankle. You want to step it on the shin, and maybe hopefully the heel to the groin. And stay here for 4, for 3, gaze down, 2. Very well. Nice done. And down. Whew. Very good. So we're going to finish our sequence here, our exercise in this posture that we've been practicing. You can stay here for another 5, 8 minutes. You can lay on the floor completely. Catch your breath. Count to 4 as you breathe in, to 5 as you breathe out. You can do this exercise when things are not going that well and you need to kind of center yourself, become stronger. Play while you wait. And remember that everything is changing. That the way you can feel something when you focus on the breath, you can realize how it changes from tightness into relaxation, softness. And just remembering that that will happen to whatever you're going through. It will change. So while you wait, you can play with your balance, with the tremors that are so beneficial for your nerves. And with grounding. So here you are, only here, only now. It's gonna be all right. Feel the body breath. And whatever you're going to face next, you're ready because you're stronger, you're happier, you have more oxygen in your cells, you reset your nervous system, you're grounded. So thank you very much for joining me today. I love movement, a place where mindful movement meets healing. We'll see you next time, and take care. Thank you very much.